Okay, NXT. Now, before I get started, I want to make it clear I am not only doing this NXT review, I'm doing 2 Gump reports. Now, I want to say that I'm not still well yet. Even though it looks like the stomach flu is going away and it's getting better, I'm going to tell you the truth. I have a very sensitive stomach, and whenever I get sick and it's from my stomach, maybe I ate something that messed me up or something, it takes me longer to recover. I'm just a very sensitive guy. And when I've had the stomach flu 4 times before, 3 or 4 times before, and every time when it happens, it takes me weeks, not days, weeks to recover. Whenever it happens, my stomach gets so jacked, it takes weeks to get better. Weeks. And it sucks after it's done. I remember one time, I think it was the 3rd time I had it, it took me more than a month to recover. And it wasn't, I checked in. I said, "Am something serious wrong with me?" They said, "No, you just got a sensitive stomach. You had the flu, and you had a stomach flu. Your body takes longer to recover." And that's when I was young. So now in my 50s, it takes even longer. And I'm doing everything right. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm doing fine. But let's make it clear. It's going to take a while. So I missed NXT last night because I wasn't feeling well. I took some medicine and I fell asleep. That's why this review is being done now. And also I was watching, I was on the chat talking on Twitch as well. So after I did that, I got sick. Stomach started bothering me. I took my medicine, fell asleep. So I apologize. But let's make it clear. You're going to see this and 2 other videos. I'm going to make 2 Gump reports. One will be for tomorrow. One should be for Friday. If I do feel sick and I can't do my TNA review or try to do SmackDown, at least you will have those 2 videos. I just want to make it clear. So let's get started. What did we get with this NXT? I'll give it to like this. Seeing NXT black and silver act more like black and gold, I don't really agree with. Now, I don't want to see tie-dye NXT back again. No. But I do, let me give it to you like this. I know no one liked the tie-dye one. And I agree with you. The majority of it was not great. But there were aspects of the tie-dye that was not 100% bad. But just like black and silver, black and gold, a lot of aspects, a lot of people loved it, but there were issues with it. So I would rather see a combination of the tie-dye one and a little bit of the black and gold. I don't want to see it just go black and gold because I'm going to be honest here, guys. Unlike Alex, unlike JD, who want black and gold back than anything. And I heard what Alex said that, and I haven't checked the ID program yet. I haven't. I don't know what it's about yet. If you want to leave a message, you can. If you want to explain what the ID program is. But essentially, if we just go back to black and gold more than try to differentiate NXT from Raw and SmackDown, it's going to be boring. I'm sorry, it's boring. I'm not telling you that black and gold was bad, but we've done black and gold. We did tie-dye. That was, it mostly sucked. But there were a few aspects that weren't that bad. And neither was NXT. Take a little bit of both and then make something different. Something you would not expect. Because this is a developmental. These people need to learn how to vary themselves. If you make a cookie cutter like this, black and gold, or tie-dye, or Raw, or SmackDown, if you standardization sucks. You cannot standardize pro wrestling. It doesn't work. But that's where it looks like they're going. I'm just saying. Opening matches. We got Julia. What did I feel about this match? I'm going to tell you this. Seeing Bayley on NXT is fine. I have no problem with it. Working with Julia is fine. Seeing that Jade and the Prodigy together was fine. I have no problem with it. But I had this feeling that they should have allowed Cora Jade and now I know. Let's make this clear. It is obvious that Roxanne Perez is going to the main roster. It's obvious. But I had this feeling that they shouldn't have allowed her to lose with Cora Jade. And now they're going to do something with Cora Jade because at the end of the show, we got what? We got to go into Ava because she got pissed off of what Roxanne had said about, this is not my fault. I didn't lose. It was Cora Jade that lost. And now we're going to get that. And I don't know if that was the wisest thing to do. I think they should have allowed this to happen. Unless we're going to see Roxanne Perez on Royal Rumble or at Royal Rumble, then I can understand that this is the last bit for her. But I don't see her just leaving NXT right now. I just don't see it. They'll keep showing her on the main roster of Raw and SmackDown, but I just don't see it. So honestly, if this is going to her finally losing and maybe putting over Cora Jade, that would be fine. If Cora Jade is the one she's going to be putting over, unless it's Julia again. Next, let's make this very clear. What did we really get with Uber Femi and the Grayson Waller effect? Nothing. I'm not saying the Grayson Waller effect sucks. Now, of course, Austin Fury is in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. This is his home, and the A-Town Down, where Mr. Under wanted to make it about him too, we get Uber Femi coming out. And clearly now we're having a situation where is Trick Williams or Trick Wilkie, are they really going to put him on the main roster? Is he going to be one of the people that's going to show at Royal Rumble? Because honestly right now, I don't know if this is the right time to have him go. Maybe at the end of the year, yes. He can go at the end of the year or the beginning of 2026. But if they're setting him up to go onto the new roster somewhere around March or February, I don't know. I don't know if this is the wisest thing to have him possibly. Now, this could be a setup just to see if it'll work, but seeing that Grayson Waller is going after the title, as they were talking, Trick Williams comes out, but before he does, Ava comes out, telling Uber Femi, hey, you cannot do that. I'm the one in charge. I make the matches. And then Trick gets angry saying, what are you doing? What is this? I still have my shot. He goes into the ring, gets into a fight with A-Town Down Under, and get basically spine busted in the ring, which he sold a lot of it. And then we get Wesley. And what did we actually get with Wesley? I don't know. Let me give it to you like this. Do I care about Wesley more than I care about Trick Willie? Yes. Did I like that Trick Willie got his ass handed to him for a little bit, then went to that match, and then won that match? Do I care? Somewhat. Do I care about, which makes no sense, because this made no sense. Why would Ava get pissed off at Trick Williams for what just happened? Why? It made no sense for her to get pissed off. And then what did she do? She took him out of the match of Vengeance, put Grayson Waller and Austin Fury there, which made no sense. None. That made no sense for her to do that. This felt like there was a last minute thing just to have people think that Trick Williams is being screwed over by Ava. Is this meaning that they may try to turn Trick Williams to a heel? Which I'm like, he's really over as a face. And the way they're treating him is kind of like what's going on with Eddie Thorpe, which we did get a package from Eddie Thorpe, and he's still pissed off having that, that strap around his neck, saying he's not going to let anybody beat him, which didn't really make any sense having that, because he did get beat. He did get beat. But the point here is that what they're doing with Trick Williams? I'm kind of confused. You guys can tell me how you feel. But honestly, when it comes to Trick Williams, unless they're going to move him to the main roster this year, this really didn't make any sense to take him off of Vengeance. Unless what? He said something in social media or something? I don't know. Next, we get the Women's North American Championship. Shotzi versus Fallon Henley. Why? Why? I mean, I know. She was in the match before and she pinned. But why? You couldn't use anybody else but Shotzi? And in the end, Shotzi lost. Look, I want to make this clear. I'm not against Chelsea Blackheart. I'm not. She's not a bad talker. She's not 100% bad in the ring. She has a great looking banging body. Let's look. You saw her last week. I did see the match and the show last week. Showing a lot of titty right there. Let's make it very clear. She's a well-built young lady. Something that everybody want to get their hands on, just screw it. But honestly, what is she in WWE? What is she doing? I don't know what she's doing. Now, mind you, I'm sure she can't get out of her contract right now. It's not possible. Especially that she was sick and got hurt. Was she sick or she got hurt? I think she got hurt. Yeah, her knee. She messed up her knee. She was gone. And they're going to probably add time to her. So she can't just leave. But to be honest, I'm going to say right now, she's got nothing. She has nothing. Yes, she's not a bad worker in the ring. Yes, she can talk to a certain extent. Not bad. Yes, she's got a banging body. But legitimately, they're not doing anything with her except using her to continue other people's storylines. Reminds me of Naomi. I'm being honest. This is the truth. This is how it feels. And it feels like a waste of time. I wish there was a way she can just get out of her contract and just go. Because she has no reason to stay in a company unless it's for this. That's the only reason. Because they're not doing anything with her. Moving on. Ethan Page versus Cedric Alexander. Now, Cedric got his hand smashed. Just like Devon Evans got his jaw broken. By a Ethan Page. And here's the thing. Do I care about Cedric Alexander? No. They have done nothing with him since the Hurt Business. He has done nothing. Nothing. And to be honest, I wish he would leave too. Everybody said, oh, he's fine. He's not. He needs to leave. If it was possible for them to leave, I would say, go. Go to TNA. Go. Go to AEW. Go to MLW. What is he doing? He's made great money working with WWE. And now TKO WWE, I'm sure they paid him pretty well. I just wish it was possible for him to just go. Because there's nothing for him. They're not doing anything with him. They're just making sure other storylines continue to be with him as the sacrificial lamb. And I'm saying it like this. I know not everyone can get the shine in the company. That's just not possible. But at a certain point, if you had him, then you dropped him because of somebody else, and then you don't want to do anything with him other than just let him do random matches, and literally you're not really doing much with him, let him go. That's what I think. He did get his ass handed to him. He lost. But then what did we get? We got Devon Evans coming in. He can't talk still because I believe his jaw is still wired shut. But the point here is we are still getting the Ethan Page and Devon Evans story. And the key here is that the one who had the job is the one they don't really care that much about. That's just how it feels. Next. What did I feel about... I'll give it to you like this. When you see the last match, which was just simply the tag champs going up against Metaphora. Who was the best wrestler in that match? Last Legend. Now, I won't tell you that Miss Dakara Jackson didn't look good, doing at least some work, but she screwed up because at the end of that match, and it was not a bad match, but if you didn't notice, Dakara Jackson rolled up Naomi so tightly, she literally was stuck on her neck, head like this, and we were going 1, 2, as he was coming down, he held back, and Naomi finally was able to roll out of it, and everyone in there started booing. Of course. They knew Dakara Jackson had the damn win, but she made the mistake of rolling up Naomi way too tightly, and that pissed off a lot of people that, hey, this is not fair. They won. They should have won. They weren't supposed to win. But Dakara, being Dakara, and I'm not even against her, but honestly, when you look at Dakara Jackson, it looks like a lot of times she doesn't get to be wrestling much. She's more about being a manager. She was like that with Metaphor, and now with her tag team, she just feels like she's still a manager. And that doesn't mean she can't wrestle, it just feels like she's a manager. But when you look at Lash Legend, who has developed beyond the boozy badass into something else, you can tell that she has progressed way more than Dakara Jackson. She looks the part of a badass that doesn't need to say she's bougie. She's just a badass now. And she looks like she can do the job. The way she worked with Naomi and Bianca looked actually pretty damn good. She did a good job. When she decided to do a forward backflip on the person who does that all the time in some form or fashion, does a springboard backflip onto someone to splat them, and you see Lash Legend do it, and the people were behind it, you know you got something in Lash Legends. She was not well developed before, but now at this point she has developed herself decently well. And I truly believe out of all four women there, she was the most impressive. But in the end, who do you think won? Of course, it was the tag champs. Nothing has changed when it comes to Naomi and Bianca Belair. Nothing changed. We're still exactly as we were before. Question is, what now? This was I can't tell you the show was bad, because it wasn't. And I know you're going to say, well, what happened with Briggs and his new partner? I barely seen them at all. And I'm not going to talk about them. They look like they're all right, and one of them got a vest. I don't remember the Japanese wrestler's name, so I'm not going to mention them much until I see more of them. Hopefully when I feel better, I can focus more on seeing how they're going to develop. But essentially speaking, this is all we got for this show. It didn't really feel like much. But I won't tell you that at least some development was done going into Vengeance. But then I'm not going to tell you that that made any sense when it comes to Trick William being pulled out of the match. Unless there's something special is going to happen. And I don't know what, because the Vengeance is coming up soon. But I don't know. Maybe they will have it. I think it's the 21st of February that Vengeance is coming. Not in January. It's February. So they still got plenty of time. But I don't know what they're going to plan and build for that. But this is just me. Peace.